No, same. Okay. So, what has your planning looked like, and what tools, apps/platforms have you relied on to organize your project week plans? So, mainly to communicate between each other, we've been using WhatsApp. It's an easy tool because we can send photos and screenshots of things, and we know that it's saved somewhere, as well as text. So we have written. We can keep each other accountable by seeing a written record of what we said we would do, as well as we've been using Skype. So in cases when when we had to book our flight, we wanted everyone to be there together, talking, putting out their concerns or anything, and everyone saw the process happen, so we Skyped for that one. We also Skyped initially when we were, trying to come up with where we wanted to go, so that to keep into account, everyone's concerns and what they are interests, and to communicate with our activity providers and hotels and cooking and service in Chiang Mai. We've been using email, and also we've used their websites to get to know them before we started that.
Okay, so the second question is, how much time in an average week leading up to project week are you going to taking to prepare? So I think that project week is something that's a long-term thing, so we haven't really been there's 1 week where there's a lot of things to do. So we slowly get things done. So and because we're also very busy with school and everything, I think that we take especially normally for example when we were booking our flights, we decided to call on the Friday night, and because we didn't have anything the next day, so because it did take some time and we did decide things. So it hasn't been we've had a lot of work to do in specific weeks, but it's been we've spread it out equally, and it's all been going smoothly, and it's very organized. Yeah.
Average time wise, maybe
2
2 hours.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the role of the teacher supervisor, and how have you used them for support in this process? I feel because she's a supervisor and a facilitator, it's more facilitating any discussions that we might need her to be there for, and just making sure that we're on the right track. Yes, we do trust each other and we are communicating within the group, but it's just that much more secure and safe to have an adult in the loop with us, and someone who sort of knows the ins and outs of how Project Week works, because she has been an IB teacher for a while, and so she knows how to go about this process, and it's just that much simpler for us to have a direct contact like that instead of having to go to someone who's coordinating Project Week for a myriad of groups, and so in that sense it's just that much easier. In terms of using them for support, just any sort of hindrances that we had, or any problems that we face, it was, for example, when we were a bit confused about our activity provider, we had a little meeting with her during mentor time, and she helped us in that sense. She helped us in that sense to sort of figure that out amongst ourselves, because it wasn't really something that was within our control for a bit, and so it was just easier for us to have an adult there to help us facilitate and supervise that. So in that sense, she's been a very big part of our support during this process.
Sorry, just to add, she helped us we were kind of confused of what we should do, or we should just wait on the group activity provider or not, and she advised us to continue finding other activity providers just in case. So just to keep a backup plan, so she really helped with that kind of planning time.
So for some problems that we've had to solve together as a team, one of the main problems we had was at the very start, when we had to decide what exactly we wanted to do and where exactly we wanted to go on Project Week. So we all kind of had different ideas about what Project Week would look like. So some of us didn't want to go to certain places, for example, we didn't really want to work with disabled people, or we didn't really want to work with elderly people. So we had to make our decision based on that. Also, there were certain countries that we didn't really want to go to for whatever reason. For example, Rhiannon is from Indonesia, so she didn't really want to go to Indonesia because she goes there a lot. Or people didn't really want to go to Hong Kong because of family reasons, or because they go to Hong Kong a lot. So we had to kind of combat all of those disagreements, and we spent a long time discussing And the main problem was after we actually decided on somewhere we wanted to go, the service department said we couldn't go there. So we had to deal with that and find a new place that we all agreed upon. So 3 questions a student should ask themselves before they commit to project week. So anyone have any ideas?
I think one big question would be like, what do we want to get out of the experience? So like in terms of all the different like parts of it, like the service part, activity part, and the what's the third thing we do? Creativity part. Yeah, so I think that's like.
Yeah, and I also think that everyone wants different things out of project week, and because some people choose not to do service and just do activity and creativity, but some people like focus a lot on service. So making sure that everyone had the same wants out of project week was very important.
Do we have 3 questions? Is that 1 question?
I think that was 2 questions.
Okay, I think one more question would just be like, why are you doing project week? I mean, I guess it's kind of similar to what they said before, but what did you even say that? You said, what are you getting out of it?
Yeah, sorry, I'm kidding.
This is more like, what help can you bring to other people? So what are you getting out of it is like how you feel, but then like why are you doing it is like what impact can you make in the 4 days that you were there? Because even though we're only going for 4 days, like hopefully we're still going to be able to impact the kids that we work with or like the environment that we interact with.
And also learn a lot for ourselves.
Yeah.
I think the reason yeah, I agree with Isabella. Your question is like super important because Rishi, like what you said as well with like what are you getting out of it, but why you're doing it, like how like the implications on other people. I think that's also important because it helps you decide like what kind of like the way in which you're going to go about what you're doing and sort of like and also your behavior while you're there. And I think if different people within your project week group have a different approach to that, or feel like that's different like individually, then it just you all won't get the same experience out of it, and that might cause like conflict or disruption.